Hey everyone, welcome to the Shiloh farm. I've had a lot of people ask me how I built these raised garden beds behind me, and they are far from perfect. There's actually a lot of things I would do differently the next time we build them, but I figured I'd at least tell you guys what we did, what materials we used, where we got it, and overall they only cost us about $120 a box, so a pretty economical choice and something to consider. You can take it or leave it, you can tweak it however you want. I'm just going to show you what we did, so let's get started. All right, so I'm gonna give you the basics of how much we paid for everything, starting off with the materials. The metal, this batch, we did it in two different time periods. So I've got some that I got from Facebook Marketplace, and then some others, like that one right there, I got from Craigslist. Now, this stuff is a lot more flimsy than the second batch. I didn't like this one as much. It definitely has a little more give to it, but it still works. So I paid $1 a foot, and these are 5 foot by 10 foot. So I ended up paying $30 for the metal. And then I've got these 4x4 treated wood posts. I paid, they're 2 foot tall and they come in 8 foot chunks. I think I paid $12 a board. So somewhere around $20 for the wood. So about $50 in raw material. Plus I did run a board, just some scrap lumber, to connect these two middle pieces right under at the very bottom. I ran that across just to keep the bottom from bowing out. And then I bought some eye bolts right here. I drilled a hole through the metal. There's an eye bolt, so just a hole there and a hole right there. And I ended up connecting a wire, a treated wire or galvanized wire through there. And that way, when these bow out, you can see there's some bow there. You can actually tighten these eye bolts up. I just will tighten that nut and it'll suck everything in and keep things nice and tight as that dirt begins to settle. As far as the actual material on the inside, we did some hugelkultur. So we used some logs, branches, leaves, basically any natural material that we had. We put that in the bottom. And then after we did that, we used fill dirt. So we just went into the ditches, wherever we could find dirt around here. We filled that up to about there-ish. And then after that, I went to the store and I bought topsoil and we filled it up to about here. And we used composted manure and only about an inch of that and mixed it all up. And then we used a lot of mulch on top. So the dirt is key to this, you guys. If you're going to spend the money on a raised garden bed, invest in the soil. You're already putting all your time and effort into it. Don't invest in crappy soil. Make sure it's good soil. But overall, all the costs included in this box right here, we ended up at about $80 total. You can spend a little more if you want to get these posts. These are $6 a piece, so 12, 24, and then get yourself a cattle panel. And I think that was like $25. You can then just arch it up like that. Makes a beautiful, beautiful walkway for cucumbers. You can do your peas. We've got morning glories up there right now. Just make sure that you put your cattle panel in before you put in the dirt, because that is going to be impossible to get through that dirt. These are the second batch that we did. Like I said, it's a sturdier metal, so you can see there's a lot less bowing. They did stay straight. And the thing we did with these is we did a top layer. Now, this is kind of nice because you can sit on it. This metal is pretty sharp. I'm worried about my kids kind of cutting themselves on it, but there's pros and cons. So the pro to this is it looks nice, plus you can sit on it. Do not use treated wood though. You want to stay away from that. The downside is there's a lot of extra space in here. And so you kind of lose out on some growing space, whereas in this box, like our potatoes, you can grow all the way up against the edge. So you're able to utilize more of this box without that trim on top. You can spend a little extra on your lights if you want. That's kind of up to you, but overall we've been very, very pleased with these boxes. Definitely something I would recommend. We're going to continue growing these and expanding each year, and honestly they're super quick to put together. I think I did all of the last 7 I think I did those in like a day, maybe a day and a half. But that is how we built all of this for around $1,200.